Today we are talking about 8 super moves to become an effective executive. And I'm sure if you're Amish, these same moves would apply to you as well with your Amish industries like soap making and what are those?
Chair crafting.
Chair crafting and they make a lot of fudge.
Yeah. Oh, their food's the best.
Absolutely. So if you're building a thriving Amish business, these moves apply to you as well. But we're talking about the 8 super moves to become an effective executive. So if you own a business right now, and let's say you have 5 people or more working for you, whether you consider yourself to be an executive or not, you really are. And so I wanted to start off by getting into this concept of the executive and what an executive is. Z, at what point in your empire, as you grew from one, as you and your first employee to where you had maybe, what was the threshold where you felt like, okay, I need to become a more effective executive or more effective manager? At what point did you start to realize, wow, people call me boss?
Yeah. It's probably right around that 4th or 5th employee. By then you can kind of keep, you're still kind of playing man to man. And then when you get that, when you go to zone, it's kind of so you're kind of like, I can't keep my hands wrapped around all this all the time. So I better start thinking a little differently. And it was probably in that threshold. It's funny you say 5 because that's, 3, 4, 5 right in there. It's fun. And then you're like, wow, I'm an executive. I've always wanted to be an executive.
Well, I want to ask you this because looking back, now you've had a ton of success and your businesses are growing in multiple industries. But what was that point where you first felt like, maybe things are spinning out of control. Maybe I'm not quite as good of a manager. What was that point what was that number where you felt like it was overwhelming or too much, or you maybe had to recalibrate the way you were managing? Was there a certain level, or did you just,
I think what happened is that as we advertised more and